and welcome back to another episode of Real Talk with Kevin Brock at
7 o'clock.
7 o'clock. There you go.
All
Hey
right.
guys, thanks for joining us again. We've been doing this for a minute, and man, Kevin, it's been a ride. I can't believe it's almost been a little over a month and a half since striper season kind of started, and I think we're about ready to transition into something new and do a few different things. And so that's where we are. So how's it going, man? What was your week like? What's going on in your world?
All I know is it's gone by like that. What happened? Where did it go?
Yeah.
Welcome to the guide life, man. It's crazy. It's crazy. Let's see. Let's first of all, thank you everybody for joining, and we appreciate you. I'm your host, Kevin Brock, with my co-host, Stony Stone. Now you're not the co-host.
I
You're
don't
the
know what.
host. You're the host. And what am I?
You are the star. You're
I'm not
the
the
what it's all
co-host.
about.
So
No.
how does that work?
Well, the show is called Fishing with Kevin Brock, so it's all about
Oh,
you. I'm just hosting and creating dialogue and sparking some
I
interest,
don't want
and
it to be all about me though. I want it to be
it's
about
about us. It's about
uh
fishing.
it's about fishing
It's about
and
fishing.
everybody else and giving back. That's what it's about.
Yeah, but
When you
we
say it's
want
about when you say it's about yourself, it's like makes you feel weird.
makes you feel
So
egotistical, and I know that's not
yeah,
you.
yeah, no, I don't want to go there.
So one thing we got to
Let's see
cover.
this.
One thing we got
What's
to
that?
cover. Are you ready
One
to
thing we got to
talk?
cover.
Is May. What's up with May? Is she back in? What's
I was gonna wait. Yeah, she'll come
okay?
back in and I'll show you in a minute. But
Sweet.
yeah, thank you. Well, now that we've said it, now everyone's gonna be like, what? What? Come back in from where? So now we've got to go with that.
Just a little bit.
Um,
I'm sorry.
May is my little black lab that you always see on the front, who barks at the beavers and everything else. She cares less about the fish, but beavers, otters, and seals, she absolutely hates. So I don't know why. She's not a hateful dog, but she barks at them and wants to get them. And anyway, last week at this time, we were like, do we take her to the vet? Is it an emergency? It was like, we didn't know what was going on. She couldn't eat. She was panting really bad. She's hacking up all this foam stuff. Did she eat some poison? Did she eat, a rat that was poisoned? We don't know. So I stayed up with her late that night, and thank you guys for all your concerns and prayers and thoughts. And I tried to feed her a little something, and she wouldn't eat it, or she tried to eat something, and boom, hack it right back up. Her nose was dry, all the signs of poison, being poisoned, but she couldn't keep it down. So I got up early the next morning before I went to work, like at 2, and I kind of got her up a little bit. She wagged her tail a little bit. I'm like, okay, and she wasn't panting as bad. She was still just breathing. I gave her just a little piece, duck sausage. She ate it. She held it down, and it was like, okay. And then she went and drank and drank and drank some water and drank some water. And then the next day she was better, and the next day she was better, and now she's at 110%. So thank you all for that. I think she got into some poison.
Hey, duck sausage is a cure for poison. You just proved it.
There you go. There you go. May, come here.
Oh,
Come
there
here.
we go. Let's see
Come
that
here, May.
beautiful
Sit,
dog.
sit down. Sit down. Sit down. I'm going to turn May just went for a run. Say hello to everybody.
Oh, look
Hi,
at that
May.
cute. There
Can you see
she's
May?
she lives. She's doing good.
There's
Looks
May.
happy.
She's doing good. Say hi. She got her tongue out because she just ran around the whole orchard. Can you see her?
Yep,
Yeah, I don't know if you can see her or not. I
I
can't
can
tell.
see her. I can
Okay,
see her.
that's all. That's all she wanted. She's out. She's going for water.
So,
So
well,
May is
that's good
okay.
news. Good
That's a
news.
that is great news. Great news. You don't want the dog going down. So striper season, striper fishing is still going. So
Mhm.
I don't want to say the striper season is over because guys are still catching fish. I talked to a guy today, and he was there. The last day we fished last week, whatever day it was, we limited out, caught a bunch of shakers, caught a bunch of big ones, got one like 15 pounds. So all kinds of fish. So fish are still there from Calusa to Tisdale, and some guys went up, some guys went down. So I think if you go striper fishing right now and work your way down, just kind of pocket pick and use your electronics. And what I mean by pocket pick is just go in every little side back eddy, and where there's a big bend in the river. I always like to use my hands for signals. The right side, that's your right side, it's my left side. So the right side, of the river, going downstream. Anywhere there's a back eddy or some pocket pick, slip in there, drop your minnow down with like an ounce or 2 ounces of lead, bounce the bottom around a little bit. If there's one there, he'll let you know right away. Boom, he'll grab it. Stay on those and keep working. You could catch a limit still every day right now.
Good advice. Good advice.
In fact, there's some guys I can call back, that still want to go, but it's just been crazy. And so what do we start to do? We're starting to move our transition into, hey, there's your dog.
Oh, yeah, they're around somewhere. One of them,
Yeah.
Odie.
On your left shoulder.
Yeah, that's the rat dog.
That's your right shoulder, the left shoulder.
What is shoulder?
That one.
Oh, that's Odie and Sparky. You got them
Hi,
both in
Odie.
here. Odie, come here, bub.
It's a dog show. It's a dog show today.
There he is. Look, come on,
Hey,
come
Odie. Hi, Odie. I like Odie. Odie's a good dog. So transitioning in from stripers, normally by about mid-May if it's super hot, but the water came back up again. There's lots of fish that haven't spawned. Lots of fish have spawned. They're catching them still in the Delta. They're catching them, killing them in the bay. You just work your way up. You got fish out of Verona when you fished, what, a couple days ago, Saturday, whatever, Sunday, whatever day it was?
Yeah, we got one in Verona down that area. Then we caught a bunch upstream from Knight's Landing, way up to I don't remember what that's called, some bend, Horseshoe Bend or something up there.
Yeah.
Yeah. So we're gonna try it again.
Then you go up from there to Mexican Bend. And you can go up there to the big
Mexican Bend. Named after me?
Yeah, well, no,
Oh.
I don't think it was named after you. You weren't really fishing much then when it was named. But I didn't name it. So, and then you go up the next one, it's another bin, and then the next bin, and then it's the warehouse bin, and then it's the S-turn bin, and then it's, Tisdale Bend and the Weir Bend, and there's a lot of bins in the river.
Yeah, but we're gonna go beat up Knight's Landing one more time and see if we can pull it out. And it's definitely tough fishing. We struggled last weekend, but we got on them eventually.
Yeah, you got
a limit
fish.
of 2. Yeah.
So anyway, what we were saying is it might not be just drop in and catch them in the first hour, but if you actually work for them and fish, go fishing. Just enjoy the fishing day. You'll find some stripers right now, 100%. Yeah. Anyway, I like your hat. I wanted to say I like that hat.
All right. There's the rat.
Oh, that's the rat?
Yeah, he's going to use him. I call him bait.
I don't know if May would get along with him.
No, he's a chew toy.
Yeah, she might think he's like a squirrel or something.
Oh, yeah. Jason, squirrel.
A squirrel with a bad hair day.
Yeah.
So, but no, I mean, so the week I fished every day this week. We've kokanee fished. Whiskey Town is really good. Shasta, I did not fish Shasta, but the reports on Shasta is kokanee's going wide open. Yes, I said Shasta. So kokanee have been obsolete in Shasta for years. They planted them a couple years ago. What happened to them? Everybody looked for them. Where'd they go? No one found them. No one caught them. All of a sudden, bingo, bango, they're catching them now. They're healthy. They're big, and everybody's really excited about that. So the guys that fish up at Shasta is going good. We had, there was a 3-boat party that went out for Whiskey Town, and between the 3 boats, we had 4 guys each. We each landed our 20 kokanee for the clients because it's 5 kokanee per person. So out of the 20, out of 3 boats, we probably had 90 bites by 10 o'clock, 10:30 on Whiskey Town. 90 bites, and landed 60 fish. And about a third of those were bigger. So Whiskey Town, you're going to see some smaller ones this year and then some real big ones. I had like 4 or 5 fish over 16 inches, 16 to 18 inches, which is a nice kokanee. A lot of them were smaller, but I heard Bullard's Bar was kicking out limits and you can keep 10 over there. So next week we'll be over on Bullard's Bar quite a bit. So we've just been working all over. Shad fishing is going through the roof. There's tons of shad in the river. The Feather River down by, I was talking with Brian over at Johnson's. You guys know that at Johnson's in Yuba City. They just ordered, I mean, a bazillion shad grubs and darts from us and everything else. And so let's continue with that a little bit. Let's expand on that. I'm having a shad dart made, but it's got a super good hook on it. It's got like this little super dialed in, strong but little like owner hook. And dude, you just barely you barely hit them and they stick. So it's not like the cheapy little normal lead head hook, and it's still at a good price. And so they're just selling out tons of those. So anyway, we stepped up our game on the shad darts and put a better hook in them. So my packaging has that. But anyway, either way, I just wanted people to know that.
So how do you rig that? Or you want to do that a little bit later? But I want to Anthony and I want to fish for some shad this weekend, and I just don't know how to do it.
Now you've done it to me.
I know. I threw a curveball, one of those
Oh
S
no!
fins.
Oh no! Oh no!
Yeah.
Oh
I'm
no!
just curious because I want
Check
to try
this
it. I
out.
just don't know how to do it.
Check this out. I pulled this right up. So here's the jig head. I mean, I'll put it this way. Yeah, if you want to do that, I can adapt quickly.
Yeah, you can.
A chartreuse lead head that I pulled out from the side of my chair. I kid
It's
you
a
not.
fisherman.
I kid you not. It was
You got a
right
deep
there.
diver? You got a deep diver in there, Kevin? What else you
I
got?
do.
Oh,
I do. No joke. Check
with
that one out
all,
right there, huh?
with
There's
those
our
arms
mini shad
reach.
deep diver. What else do I got?
Oh,
You need some split shot?
oh, there you
See?
go.
Oh yeah, hold on. What else, Jane? Crescent range.
Hey, I've seen people use those as weights. It works.
Fishing line. I'm just going through my little thing here. Shotgun shell.
Oh, you need those too.
Shotgun shell.
What's in Kevin's closet?
Post-it notes.
So here's what
Anyway,
Kevin writes a bunch of stuff on post-it notes, takes pictures of them or on a yellow pad and sends me stuff. But here's stuff we got to go over. It's like you just take pictures of them.
it's all. I'm working. I get up at 3 every morning. I'm tired, man. I don't remember everything. So here's a zoom tail rubber worm. This is our new color, the new lime green. But I'm gonna break it down, and this is how you rig a shad one. So imagine this being, it's a little piece of zoomed out, a little curl tail grub. So just imagine that to be a curl tail grub. You just kind of thread it right on there. I don't have a dab of super glue. And you leave it to where the curl tail goes down. We'll do this again. I mean, you asked me this, you put me on the
I
spot.
did. I'm sorry.
And no, it's okay. We just didn't have the stuff ready. And you slide it on there. And you want it to hang pretty straight like that.
Okay.
But normally you'll have a curl tail.
Little curl thing.
And the curl tail, the hook goes down, the curl tail goes up. But they're little 2-inch grubs. So, but anyway, bring it straight. There you go. Okay. We'll do a shad thing.
And then
Let's do a shad thing next week. Rod,
okay,
reel, tackle. Yeah,
okay.
The whole thing. We'll do a shad thing next week because.
So Anthony, you got to wait because now we're not going to fish for shad this weekend.
Sorry. We may do a YouTube thing for you. I run out of time, you guys.
I know.
I run out of time. There's only one of me. I tried to clone it. It doesn't work.
All right.
Tuesday we'll be trout fishing up in Redding. That's the plan if it all works out. So watch for that video. That's going to be awesome. That's coming up. So we're going to do a transition into some trout fishing where we release the native rainbow trout out of Redding. It's beautiful. Knock on wood, we catch some fish because I'm talking about it ahead of time. Normally I don't like to do that until we do it, but we don't have any video, but I'm confident we're going to catch some. So we'll go from there if we make it there. Oh, I'm driving to the river this morning. It's 4:15, cruising down the road. I got the window down. Everything's good. All of a sudden, my truck just dies.
Just dies.
I'm doing 65 and boom. The lights come on. Battery lights come on. My truck dies. I've got no gas. I hit the gas pedal, no gas. Brakes are now all of a sudden super, super solid, because there's no, obviously, no compression for the brakes, no power steering, right?
Then you're
And I'm like,
towing.
I got to get off the road. And sure enough, it dies right in front of this house. It's kind of got like this pull out. So I'm like, yeah, as I'm coasting because, I've got nothing, right? Barely get off the road where the back of the boat is off the side. I'm like, there goes my day. I got to get a tow truck. I'm down here. What happened? I turn the key back. I say, Lord, can you just let my truck be okay? I kid you. I turn the key back. Boom, it starts up. I drive to the river, drove back home today. No problems. What is that about?
You got a gremlin in that truck, that's for sure.
What is going on?
This is what rats will do to your truck.
That's what it was.
There's probably
Totally
one
just died.
still alive in there messing with you. He just hasn't been.
I don't know. Something happened, but it's in some connector, but it just died. Boom, it straight up died. Going 65 miles an hour, died. Boom.
Wow.
It's crazy. Anyway, we made it to the boat ramp, pulled out, got fish today. Everything was good. But Shanghai Bend down, back to Brian. Let's go back to that. We get off topic. You're supposed to be the guy that
That
keeps
keeps
me
us.
in line and on topic. Back to Brian and Johnson's at
Yes.
Yuba City.
Yes.
They are killing the shad down there, like mashing, like limits, like 25, like catch and release, all you can catch. It's crazy. And there's a lot of big ones this year. So
What's
if
the
you like
limit?
shad fishing, go into Johnson's down there at Yuba City and go shad fishing if you're down that area. Now, up above by Chico, if you're in the Chico area, slip into the tackle box over there. You know where it's at there, right across from the fairgrounds. They have all the shad stuff in there too. And the washout, Ord Bend, all those areas are all the way down to Road 48, all the way down to Princeton, are all producing shad. So it's shad or in the river. River's coming up. It's just going to be a great shad year again.
Is there a
So
limit?
yeah, 25.
25.
If you keep them, it's 25. 25.
It's a lot of shad.
25, 25, 25. Yeah. A lot. I was talking to one of my clients today, and they gave me their shad recipe and how they do it. And they make shad patties out of it. Absolutely love it. And I told them my recipe about how I smoke shad and then can it. And where you fillet it, there's no bones. Well, there's bones, but they're dissolved. So we'll have to do that on our next cooking video after we get the striper cooking video out.
Dude, it's that I'm telling you, my business picked up a lot this week
Do
with
we not?
with photos.
I shouldn't put you on the spot like that.
No, no, no.
Oh,
It's
let's
coming.
switch roles here.
It's coming. I just haven't had time. It's so much footage. When you run one camera, it's easy to put something together. We were running three, four, five cameras for that video. So there's a lot of stuff to go through and sort
I
out. But it's gonna be like Food Network quality. It's gonna be amazing.
let's
My
do the
producer
next
Eric.
Chad one. Let's do the next Chad one with one video.
Yeah, we do that. We pump it out. It come out quick.
Yeah,
But
yeah.
the quality won't be there. We wanted to make a quality video
Oh,
for,
that's right.
for cooking with Stony Stone. And
That's right. It was the cooking with Sony Stone. I was your guest.
you were my guest on that show, and we're going to submit that to Food Network and be stars.
Yeah. Well, you'll be a star. I'm going to keep fishing. I don't want to
There
be
you
in
go.
that.
No,
I
it's
don't
all
want to be in
good.
it. I don't want to be in the studio. I want to be fishing.
No,
So,
but no, that's where that video is. It is in the works, and but you're right. We got to get something out quick on the shad because
so
Anthony
there's
wants to eat some.
so much information out there right now, and there's so much stuff to do. But again, guys, we're doing our best, guys and gals, and everybody who's supporting us, and we love you for that. We really are doing our best. Stony worked today all day, drove all over. I was up at 3 o'clock, drove all over, did this. I mean, by the time we power down in the evening, we're like, I can't even think, by the time I pass out. So we're doing our best at our one job, and then we're trying to get out everybody with information too. We're doing our best. So be patient with us, and we appreciate that. But let's
Um,
do something on that shad.
Yes, sir.
We'll do next week on a how to rig, rod, reel, rig, the whole thing. So put that in their notes and remind me.
So we're gonna have
You want
that.
it?
We're gonna have a trout video coming out because if you go to Redding, we're gonna shoot a bunch of
Right.
footage on how to rig. So when you're doing your rigging, I'm gonna be filming it, and then we're gonna fish, and so a lot of good new content coming out on Old Farts Fishing with Kevin's help. So
Okay.
there it is. It's official. I'm gonna get a picture of that
You
later.
want me to take the picture of it and send it to you? Rig for shad. Sony, here's your reminder.
Yeah, and
Oh my goodness. Okay. What else is going on? I mean, let's talk about the mussel thing a little bit. I got more information about Orville.
okay.
So if you're going to Orville, you want to fish Orville, you got to get checked out. So you go to the North Forebay, punch it in, the North Forebay. Drive down there. They're open from 7 to 5 every day. It's taking like 10 minutes. They go in, they check your bilge pump, turn on your bilge before you get there, make sure it's empty. Try to dry out, get some paper towels, dry out anything you can. Okay, I'm just trying to help you out so you don't have to worry about the quarantine part. And then they'll just pass you. They'll put a little thing on you and then sticker, and boom, you can go to the river. You're off to the river. You're good to go. Now, I'm sorry, I just said river.
Lake.
You're off to Orville Lake. Now, that's good from here all the way through until something changes, as long as you go to Orville Lake. But if you go to a different lake, which you can, there's nothing wrong with doing that. You just the next day have to go to the North Forebay again, and they check that, and then you go to Orville. So when you put in, you're going to have a seal on your boat, little crimp deal seal. We're good on the light. Thanks for asking. And then when you leave, they're going to put the crimper back on.
Mhm.
Here's the cool thing. Bidwell is open at 5 a.m. So if you come back out an evening or an afternoon, but want to still go fishing early in the morning, you can still go back at 5. They'll uncrimp you. In the water you go. So is it good? No. Here's the second part of that. I've been talking with some of the people from Department of Water Resources, and there's some really, really nice, intelligent, brilliant, common sense, kind people that work for Department of Water Resources. I know. That's what I just said. I know everyone's like, what are you talking about? I personally got to meet them. And you guys, they don't want to be sealing and muscling your boat or giving you directions or making rules for you. It's not, they are just there to help. That's all. DWR is not charging money. That, believe me, they would rather be somewhere else. So try to be kind. Don't vent to them. They don't want to be there either. They got to spend Memorial Weekend working there to because that's what they have to do.
Right.
So it's not, if you want changes, don't yell at the people that are stealing your boat. You know, they're believe me, they don't want to be there either. And they're trying to be as kind and get you in and out of there at the best of their ability. So I just want to say thank you to DWR. And that's yeah, it's crazy
Yeah.
to say that.
And you know my saying, right? If everybody would
Just do
just do
better.
better, we would be in a much happier place.
Yeah. Yeah. So anyway, that's on Orville quarantine there. We talked about some shad fishing. We talked about Shasta. We talked about Bullards. We talked about Whiskey Town. So if you're switching over to Kokanee, it's time to go. Make it happen. I don't have a flasher.
What
I
about
don't have a
Pyramid
flasher.
Lake? Know anything about Pyramid Lake yet?
No, I don't know nothing about it, but you can call it JD. But I do have some bass worms in my packet. I have a bulk pack of swivels. You never know what you find. Oh, check this out. This is, oh, here's some
Squirrel.
squirrel. Oh, check this out. Check this out. Oh, you asked about the Yozuri. So when you're trolling, the Ozuri or the whatever minnow when you're trolling. Check this out. I just found a tail. See, that's what I love about this. Take it, hook it on, just a quarter of the way. It's hard to do it when you're being filmed. Push it up there, super glue that. Bingo.
Hey,
One of the number
that's
one striper trolling baits right there, baby.
and that's what we've been. If you
Pearl with
notice,
chartreuse tail, huh?
yeah,
Yeah.
you notice the
Throw that
pictures
back in
that
the box.
I've been posting on all your striper. It's not just the lure; it's the fish we're catching with those lures we're putting on there. And we've caught some big fish with your Kevin Brock deep divers and your trick worm. It's been
Check that out.
a frog
Yeah.
spit.
Frog spit.
Okay.
That is so your glasses don't fog up. Cool,
Oh, I
cool,
thought that was a
cool.
new edible.
Yeah, no, no, no. See, that's what you would think because the green and
Exactly.
all the green on the back
I'm
there.
like, Kevin, is that a new edible?
The frog's
Frog
got
spit.
eyes like this big around. I just ate too many edibles. Not me, not me, the
Not me,
frog, you
the
guys.
frog,
I
the
don't eat
frog.
them. I can't.
You can't.
You need some number one hooks.
There you go.
Oh, okay. All right. And then check this out. This is I did a I taught the seventh and eighth graders at our church in Bible school 1 year, and this is one of the cups that they got me. With that nice
Top
little,
guy,
yeah, top
Kevin.
guy. Give thanks for his awesomeness. That's pretty cool.
Kevin is
That was nice.
awesomeness.
That was nice of them. Yeah, they liked me. Yeah,
Well, very cool.
I bribed them. Brought them
Um,
candy.
salmon. You want to talk about salmon?
Let's talk about salmon. Did we talk about the regulations last time?
We did a little bit, but we can touch on it again. There's probably a lot of questions. I see a lot of
Lots,
guides.
lots, lots of questions. We will have a salmon season. We will have a salmon season on the Feather River, the American River, and the Mokelumne River this year. They'll all start on July 16th. There's different closures, different things. One fish per person, which is plenty, which is awesome. We get to go fishing. We get to go fishing. I'm looking for where they at, the regulations that I took the picture of. You can go to fishandwildlife.org and you scroll down, there's 167 pages.
Is that it?
I think that's it.
167 pages?
And you scroll down until you find this.
Okay. Looks
Okay.
like
And that gives the breakdown of where, when, how, and why. No. But where, when, and how, all this, the different rivers that you can fish and the opening parts of it, it's all there. It's all proposed.
so. Go to
So
the
you just got to
website, check
go
it
on the
out.
fishing game, fish and wildlife, excuse me, .org, and go down under special seasons, blah, 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 scroll down until you find something that says salmon, scroll down 160 some pages, and this is on the bottom. But I'm
Okay.
sure people will be posting this again.
Oh yeah. And I
Yeah.
tell people always go to their website. Things change when
Yeah.
stuff comes out from us. It could be dated, and you're like, I saw that on Kevin Brock's pot. Well, no, we're giving you information as of now, and it could
Right.
change. It always changes.
Yeah. No, things change. Okay. All right.
Okay, so that's it on
Okay.
salmon. So are
So we
you
talked.
fishing here for salmon, or are you fishing
Okay.
Oregon?
I'm fishing both.
Both.
Both. Dose.
Yeah.
Dose. Um, July 16th, I'll be here for the opener. Depending on the water height and the fish numbers, we'll fish July all the way till about August 1st. So I got 2 week window there. Now, I don't know how many fish are going to come up the feather. I don't know what it's going to be like. I don't know how the American's going to be, but we're all going to find out. Then I'm going to run to the Rogue. We're going to fish up there. We'll start up there whenever I get there, August 4th, 5th, whatever time. I'll fish there for a couple weeks, turn and burn, come right back here to California, fish the feather, and I predict that the last 2 weeks of September will be very good fishing.
Okay.
So right now, that's where I'm putting everybody in on the books. So it should be really good. But and again, that can change. We'll give you updates as we go along. We'll be doing this from the Rogue. We'll be doing this podcast from the Feather. We'll be bouncing around. Quick question, and guys, you can put it in the comments. Anybody used mobile Starlink? The internet mobile Starlink? Anybody knows about that? Let us know how it works for you. We're thinking about getting that.
So we used to do a lot of RVing. You know, we used to have a big fifth wheel, and before I got into fishing, we did the whole camping thing, and a lot of
Clamping.
clamping. Yep, I was
Yeah.
more glamping.
Yeah, I was gonna
Uh,
say
like
glamping. Oh, yeah.
we had a 37-foot fifth wheel, 5 slide outs, king size bed, fireplace. I mean, it was like a mansion on wheels, but it was fun. Anyway, a lot of the old timer guys that are full timers were using Starlink and loved it because anytime you go to a campground, internet sucks. Your Wi-Fi sucks. It's just not
Right.
dependable. But they could hook up in the mountains, by the ocean. It didn't matter. And so if it's something that is your lifeline, you need it for work, and you do a lot of traveling, kind of like you do, from spot to spot, it's definitely key to have some solid internet. And I don't think you can go wrong with it. I don't think there's really anybody else that I know of that's a competitor to it. What do you got there?
Bait thread for
Yes.
wrapping your sardines on there. Found some bait thread.
Do I have like 5 or 6 of those on my boat all the time?
Yeah.
Never have enough of it.
Yeah.
You know
This
what?
is
A lot of people don't.
this is right next to my chair.
So
Yeah.
you know what's interesting? I don't know. A lot of people don't know where that came from. So those spools are made that way on purpose because they fit into sewing machines that make diapers. So that's the thread that holds the diapers and make the diapers stretchable, and they found that they use it for fishing. Little
Yeah.
tidbit that I heard.
So that fits right on the machine
Yep.
like that. And then we put it in a little tote to use it for fishing. And this is a little stretchy thread. And they use it for the diapers, huh?
Yeah, so when you're doing your diaper stripers, doing your thing, that's why you got the thread for it. Dun-dun-dun.
Nice, nice. Well, I mean, I knew they were the small ones were diaper stripers, but I never knew why the wrapping the thread on them. Well, thank you for that, man. That made
It's
the
a
show.
useless
Yeah,
point.
yeah. That was
Useless
good.
facts. Um,
What are
so
they huggy? What are they huggies? What are they called
yeah,
huggies?
Huggies,
What are they?
Pampers. I don't know what all the name. I
Yeah,
should know those soon. As soon as my kids have the grandkids, then we'll be in that
there
world.
you go.
Still waiting.
I think they're huggies. Everyone loves huggies or loves or yeah,
Loves.
something like that.
Go back to
All
cloth.
right. Okay, let's refocus. What else is
Refocus.
going on? The tackle box in Chico is going to have some new store hours.
24
Now that,
hours.
yeah, 24 hours a day. Yeah, you bet. Yeah. That's
Roxanne's
awesome.
about ready to throw you out.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. I know. No. Yeah. Yeah, that's for sure. Um, but we're going to go, I think, from like 8 to 6.
Okay.
Yeah. Because we're finding that we close at 5 every day. And we're finding that people are rushing in after work, trying to get there by 5 o'clock p.m. in the evening. And we were opening up at 5 in the morning, but the early morning minnow striper guys has kind of tapered off.
Okay.
So this last week, there's been nobody that came in the store before like 8 o'clock.
Okay.
So we're sitting there for 3 hours. You know, there's only so much you can do.
Do more videos.
Yeah. Well, I'm
You're
not
not
there.
there.
I'm not there. So we're gonna help Roxanne get a little more sleep. And so we're going 8 to 6. So
Sleep is good.
let me know what you think about that. So if anybody's like, no, I need you open there at 5, we'll make sure you have your stuff, and we'll leave it outside for you or something. So we'll make sure we figure that out. So that's the news there. Um, what else is coming? Kokanee rods are on their way. The new kokanee rods should be here any day. I normally don't like to talk about stuff until I have it, but I've been waiting for them and they should be here anytime. Hopefully by next week, my new kokanee rods, they are awesome because I had the prototypes. So I got to fish them. They make a little fish feel big and a big fish feel like a whale. And so they're super cool and they're light. They're light and they're not, I blended them all together. They're not all fiberglass. So they don't like feel like ever to reel your flasher in. You can crank your flasher in easy, but you can still feel them fighting on the tip pretty good. So
Somebody messaged us today saying or asking a question of, do you still have $30 rods at the at the tackle box?
you bet.
So I
You bet.
answered correctly. I said, I
We
believe so.
we
Come on
have
in.
30 we have $30 rods at the tackle box. And if you watch our specials, there's days where you can buy one and get one free or something.
Yeah.
Buy two and get one free. I was corrected there. Buy two, get one free. So then, then it's way less than $30. And we have some combos that are $30 where we put a reel on the same rod. So come check that out. Do
Here
we
we
need to
got a
get
no,
do we
we
need
got
to get
I'm trying
closer?
no, I'm trying to read a comment. So this
All
guy
right, read a
Chris
loader. I'm trying to read. Hold on. I can't say it.
Kevin, you need some
I'm sorry.
sleep. Um, Let me see. We live in a very rural in the mountains of Shasta County, and we are only offered satellite for internet. Have tried them all, and Starlink blows everything out of the water by far, and it is everyone uses the mobile version in the canyon deserts with, yeah, so 12 thumbs
Thank
up.
you. Thank you for that. Thank you. I appreciate that
So
input. Thank you very
Chris's
much.
iPhone. He's got a last
Yeah.
name of iPhone.
Chris,
Chris.
Chris, thank you, buddy. I appreciate that because we travel all over from the redwoods to Oregon to back, and it's just such a scramble. But we didn't want to make the commitment to buy something or buy the transmitter or whatever, and then hook it up and then not have it work. So thank you for that.
Very good.
Awesome.
See, this is why we do this. We learn. Everybody learns.
Yeah. No, I appreciate that.
All
Starlink,
right,
here we come.
there you go. Now I know a hotspot every time I need it. Kevin, let me get on your
Yeah.
Wi-Fi.
Yeah, there you go. There you
Um,
go.
so I know you're a busy guy. You're always going. I like to let these things go for an hour, but for you, we've been cutting it down a little bit just to keep you on task and keep you going and getting some good sleep and yeah. So a lot going on, like always.
Yeah, yeah, a lot going on. What else do we have? What else do we have for people right now? I mean, trout season, is opening up in Chester area this weekend. Tons of trout up there, which is awesome. You've got Hat Creek and Deer Creek. All the trout plants are starting now. Kids are getting out of school, so the campgrounds are going to start opening. I mean, it's blowing wide open, wide
Yes.
open. Um, if
Which
if you like to fish,
mhm.
it's time to roll.
Yeah, one thing I want to talk about real quick now you're talking about, there's going to be a lot more people on the water. And Clear Lake had a big catfish tournament over the weekend, the Catfish Derby. It's like the 41st year of doing it. And there were some big wins. Warren and Dave Mayo were out there with a bunch of other guys that I know went and fished it. Anthony and I set this one out. But they had, pretty bad winds, and they had a boat capsize. And one of my other guys that's in the catfish world actually saved them. They were close enough to pull them out of the water. It was these two guys in a small aluminum boat, 300 pounds each, capsized their boat, and they pulled them out of the water. They couldn't swim, which, if like, what are you doing in the water if you can't swim and not wearing life jackets? So just the comedy of errors of, things. So, kind of a public service announcement is, if you're going to run a boat, you got to know your limitations of not only your boat, but of what you can do. Otherwise, you're going to get in trouble real quick on the river, on the, lakes even. That wind picks up, and I mean, any of the bodies of water, you got to know what you're doing. Otherwise, you're going to be a statistic like a lot of people are already happening this summer, and it's not even full swing yet.
Yeah, and we're getting reports that obviously information comes really fast now, via Facebook from all over. We got guys jumping off bridges. We got people falling out of boats. There was tubers that got hung up. There's people who are drowning already. The
Mm,
water's high this year, you guys. Just be careful.
yeah,
Have a life jacket or like you said, know your limitations. And if the weather gets really bad or something doesn't look right, hold off on that. And the wind gets real bad because Clear Lake can get nasty up
oh,
there, but all lakes can.
oh yeah.
And, it's going to be a busy weekend, and and everybody, be careful and safe out there and help people when you can. And there's always
and,
instance,
and just take
always,
the higher road. In this fishing
yeah,
world, I've only been in it, 5 years now, and I've met a lot of not so proud people of that I want to know that are fishermen to say, hey, these guys are fishermen, because some of these guys are jerks and hot tempered, and it just puts a whole downer and is a bad reflection on all of us. Is it just takes a minute to be friendly and be nice, and shit happens. You have accidents. You cross people's lines, and it's how you handle it. And when they escalate and get nasty, if you keep a cool head and just be friendly, you may not change them, but you're not going to escalate the situation. It'll de-escalate. I think we had an issue last year on the Delta when we were trolling, right? And these guys got all like huffy at us about crossing their lines, and Kevin, handled himself like a champ and just, hey, sorry, whatever. These guys, kept the rigs, were being a jerk about it, and it could have escalated really quick. And we just said, hey, what, let's move on and do our thing, and it ended peacefully. So, just do better is what I keep saying.
yeah, and all those. And it seems like those things happen at the boat ramp when we're tired or when we're, and you didn't mean to do it or whatever. And yeah, yeah, and I didn't even handle it. I felt the right way, I'm like, oh, that was rude. And he's like, you're rude. I'm like, oh, I shouldn't have said nothing, and da da
No,
da.
hindsight, I'm like, you know what? You want to keep the lure, no problem. We were right by his anchor. I was going to pull my knife out and just cut the rope and take his anchor and say,
Yeah.
well, you keep the lures, I'll keep your anchor. Have a nice day.
No,
But
no,
I
I was
didn't.
just
I
I
didn't.
was just gonna make a circle around his boat. It's Anthony's fault. Anthony caught it. We didn't catch the guy.
Oh,
Anthony caught the guy. It wasn't our fault. No, and he had thrown off to the side, which we didn't know. We
right?
didn't see it. We didn't do it intentionally. And here's the key: you wouldn't have even went close to him, and you weren't that close. But we usually
I had
knew
a boat
better.
coming at us.
But there was another boat on the other side. And in navigable water, you move to the right, so you automatically moved a little to the right. There was plenty of room to go through. We went through, we said hi to the guys, said,
Mhm.
hey, how you doing? Hopefully you're catching fish. And Anthony, not you're right. Anthony caught the guy's line, you know, but it was my lure, and on there, it was a good lure, and they're hard to get, that lure. Anyway, I forgot about that, which I'm glad I forgot about because it didn't really matter.
No,
And we
but
didn't
it's
even discuss it. But what you're saying is we're going to run into those situations this summer for
yes.
sure. And you know what? Just take the higher road, turn the other cheek. Is it a lure? Is it no? It's no big deal. Fishing spot, let them have it. Let them do their thing. Like you said, you may not change them,
Right.
but we're not here to judge others. But at least you didn't let it fire up yourself. So you
Especially
take the high
with
road, and then whatever, 4 months later, blame it on your friend. Anthony, it's your fault. And then you're fine. Whatever, 5 months later, it's Anthony's fault. So it's always
well,
good to have someone to blame it on. And Anthony's a good guy. He's got
oh
big
yeah,
shoulders.
he's
He
got
can
big
handle it.
shoulders.
He can handle it. He can handle
And,
it.
and the only
But we
reason I
want to,
bring it up is, again, salmon season with it not with it being closed, you're gonna get a lot of people. You're gonna have a lot of seasoned people. You're gonna have a lot of rookies out there, a lot of guys who've never done it, and you're just gonna have to be patient. This is the only
yeah,
reason why I bring it up is if we can just start getting that out now, is just don't be a basshole.
yeah, yeah. No, for sure. There's plenty of those out there, and we don't need to be. If you're not one, that's just one less.
Yeah.
So,
So anyway,
and
we want to end on
yeah,
a positive note.
yeah. Let's end on a
Uh,
positive note. We got. Go ahead.
Bait fishing? No, go ahead. I'm trying to.
Yeah, yeah. If you
Um,
want me to do the positive part,
oh, I
then I
do.
got, I got it. You brought up the
I'm gonna
snagging
do
somebody
the.
else.
I'm gonna do the
So yeah,
commercial part of this. That is not, but we
yeah,
do have to pay some bills. So, but
yeah,
yeah, get in on a positive note, Kevin.
yeah. So right now, Memorial Weekend, everybody just have a great time. Remember what it's about. It's the lakes are going to be full. Every lake is full. We've got water. The streams are full. There's fish. There's trout. There's bass. There's stripers to be caught. Everything. I mean, all the way down. Kokanee fishing is going off the hook. In Shasta, Bullards, Whiskey Town up here, and I'm sure. Oh, what a New Malonas. Some of the other ones I was seeing down below. They're white. They're killing them down there too. So if you want to go fishing, go catch some fish, have a good time, enjoy this Memorial weekend, and everybody be safe. And we love you and we thank you for your support. We're glad that May's okay. We thank you for all the support. We talked about that earlier. May Dog's doing great. So that's good. She tried to get a beaver again this morning. And so, oh yeah, oh, yeah. But what do I do? Other than that, she's a really good dog, you know. So and then back to you, sir.
No, I just want to, again, thank you, thank all the people that call in while we're doing the podcast, as well as watch it post when we get this thing out. I try to get it out, on Friday or Saturday, so everybody can, see it in the virtual world of Facebook, YouTube, all the, places. So your support is huge. One people that know me, I'm all about some support in small business. Kevin
Yeah.
runs, Fish Kevin Brock. He also supports a lot of the tackle shops. We mentioned Johnson's. We mentioned the tackle box in Chico. Kevin's got his stuff in a lot of different places. And what I tell you is, if you go into a tackle shop that doesn't have Kevin's stuff, just tell them, go to Fish Kevin Brock. There's a merchant section where they can go put in all their information, get the wholesale pricing, get it shipped direct, and start having it, in their shop. So that's just what makes everything go around for us.
We
And that's how
just
you
hit
can
over
support them.
we just hit over 40 stores.
There
So
you
we
go.
thank you with our product in over 40 stores. So it's just awesome. And now with salmon season, people are calling out of the woodwork to get spinners and plugs and jigs and beads. We have all that in stock, ready to go. So we're stoked about that. And now a word from our sponsor.
Oh, who is our sponsor?
You are.
I'm the sponsor. A word from Old
Yeah,
Carts
the
Fishing.
Stony Stone
I guess I do
Photography.
that. Stoney's
Stony Stone.
Photography, Blue Dream
Yeah.
Productions, Cooking with
So
Stony
if
Stone,
you
all the things.
if you're selling your house or what else, you're putting your house on something, you need photos of your house,
Tell your
Stoney's the man.
realtor. Tell your
Stony, what
realtor
is
to hire me. Your realtor goes to me and we get you covered.
so your realtor goes to you, Stony, and it is called what?
Stoney's Photography.
Stoney's Photography. And okay, this isn't like a funny thing. It's not like just a
It's
joke. Like
Stony
this is
Baloney
yeah,
Photography.
yeah. Like one of those little wine cameras, and the cheese, No, dude. I mean, he's booked out
We are
like
slammed
doing
right now.
7, 8, 10, 12 shoots a day. Go check him out if you're into the real estate world and you want to sell your stuff. Talk with Tony. He's actually kind of the real deal with that. So
Oh
that's
yeah.
cool. So we appreciate you. We appreciate you taking time doing this. And we appreciate Jill for putting up with you.
Oh
We
yeah.
appreciate Roxanne for putting up with me. And yeah. And what does Anthony do for a living? Why
That's
we're
a good
here,
one.
we might as well give him a little
Yeah.
plug.
So he's on mute. I don't know if he can unmute himself, but
No, you plug
he
it for him.
I will. He
Yeah.
runs Champions Cleaning Solutions and
It's called
Champions
Champions Cleaning
and
Solution. Out of
and
what town?
Champions Carpet Cleaning and More. They're kind of two different. They're out of Yuba City,
Out of
um,
Yuba
but
City.
but they go anywhere. They can do carpets and floors and solar panels, and they clean anything that needs to be cleaned. They'll clean it. But they could also do minor repairs as well. So you got carpet that needs to be stretched or replaced or put
I,
in, or he does all that stuff.
I had someone from the audience saying something to me. Yes? Oh, he'll clean awnings too.
Yes, he'll
Awnings.
clean awnings
So
too.
anyway, Anthony, give him what is this company called again?
Champions Cleaning Solutions
Okay.
or Champions Carpet Cleaning and More out of Yuba City. So, Kevin, it's always great to get you on. You guys that are watching, definitely stay tuned for next week. Watch this come out on all the social media platform thingies. And yeah, we're going to go do some fishing and see you next week. Oh, one
Yeah.
more. Check out A Minute with Stony Stone podcast on Mondays, where it's all about, Team Sift, which my buddy Darren has a catfish team and a guide, and we talk about fishing things, what's going on, and always have special guests that come on. Kevin was a guest on that podcast, and so if you're wanting to get on a different podcast as a guest, definitely hit me up, and you can get on A Minute with Stony Stone, where we just talk fishing.
That's awesome. There's a lot of information out there, and I know we were joking around a lot on this one.
That's
Um,
got to have a good time.
but on a serious note, we have a ton of information out there, and we're open to call us, text us, send a message, whatever you want for information, what depth, where you at. We're here to help. Not just, to book trips, but if you do need a fishing trip or you do want to go salmon fishing, check us out at fishkevinbrock.com because we're almost already booked up for the new season. And but we're fishing. We're fishing. We're fishing. That's the main thing. We're
Yep.
fishing.
All
And
right. Yes.
just do.
Just do better.
There you go.
All right, guys. Until
All right.
next week, this was Real Talk with Kevin Brock. See you next week.
And now it's not 7 o'clock.
Now it's not
All
7
right.
o'clock. So.
All right.